Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And we're here at the beautiful Sangria Restaurant, located at 800 Jackson Street in the beautiful city of Hoboken, New Jersey. This is actually our second time visiting Sangria. We were here a little bit earlier in the year where Krista Stucchio tried out some of the fare here with the co-owner, but today Krista is back and she's going to be joined by Sangria's manager, Juan Moreno, and they're going to be trying out some of their new summer dishes. And I think I've already spoke way too much, so we're going to go right to Krista.
Thank you, Peter. I am Krista Stucchio, and I am back at Sangria with manager Juan Moreno.
Correct.
It's so nice to meet you.
Pleasure
Thank you
mine.
for joining me today. I do see that you've got a limb that's out of commission, but that doesn't mean that we can't talk about food and have some food and drink. So
Definitely.
I heard you earlier say that this is your favorite dish
Correct.
here.
That is one of the new dishes that we are brought out.
Amazing.
Put on the menu this season. You know, they're all seasonal dishes. You know.
Awesome. So how about I do a grand reveal of this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Wow. That is
I'm a
stunning.
big seafood lover, so it has all the seafood in there that I love. It has
This is
calamari,
awesome.
mussels, shrimp, and these big shrimps are called langostinos.
Oh my goodness.
They're
They're
like jumbo
huge.
shrimps, basically.
They're massive. Do you want to eat some of this with me? If
Sure,
we can-
definitely. That is,
I did not even notice.
it also has some chorizo in it. That's why I
Okay.
like it a lot.
I'm gonna move these drinks out of
chorizo
the
has a lot of
way.
flavor in it, and it gives it a great touch.
Nice and spicy, right?
Not overly, but it does have a little kick to it.
Yeah, yeah. You
Dig
know
in.
what? I'm gonna just take this guy. One for you, one for me. Now, what's the best way to eat this?
I just take the head off first.
All right.
And then peel it around the rest, and then just.
Look at this corn. I don't know if I'm going to eat the corn on camera. That could get a little dicey.
Yeah, true.
But wow, this looks like it has so much flavor.
Big time. And it's really, really good.
All right, I'm going to do that. So you just break the head off?
Yep.
Okay.
Some people love sucking on the head, you know.
I have heard that. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that for off-camera time too. This is very hot. Whoa.
It is hot.
Came out steaming. So why is this your favorite dish?
I said because of the chorizo and all the spices. I love a lot of flavor in my food.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of seasoning, and I find this to be to what I like.
This is amazing. I'm just like really going to town with my hands right here. So sorry for my friends at home. It's just this is how you're supposed to eat it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And seafood.
gotta get in there with your hands.
So,
All right, well, everything tastes delicious. I'm so happy that we started with this. I'm gonna have a little scallop. Let's move on to a beverage, or
Yeah.
actually 3 beverages.
yeah. So, you know, we're known for our sangrias here. You know, and summer's upcoming. Well, summer's already here.
You know,
and
it's
then
actually not summer, but everyone thinks that Memorial Day
starts summer.
cues summer, which I understand. It's feeling like that time of year. So
Yeah.
we're getting into summer. We've got some.
These are few sangrias. So we have sangria spritzers.
Love that.
We have a cucumber sangria spritzer.
I'm gonna sip this
That's
as we talk about it.
It's also the month of our sangria of the month. We do a flavor
Ooh.
each month. This month is a cucumber sangria.
I love anything cucumber in a drink. And I remember this from the last time I was here, the fork that comes in every drink so that
Yep.
you can also eat
Pick the fruit.
Yep. Fruit and veggies that you got in here.
Big time. And then
dropping
here we
eggs.
have our classic sangria turned into a spritzer as well.
Love it. Love a
then-
classic sangria. I usually go for a red sangria over white, so that's right up my
And then
alley.
This is our tequila mango
Ooh.
spritzer.
Tequila vibes.
Yeah.
I know a ton of my friends would opt for this one. I think I'd probably go with cucumber.
I'm a big tequila and mezcal fan. You know, so.
Oh, these are all so good. Now, do these come in flights as well?
They do come in flights.
Cool.
Get them.
That's like the perfect mix right there.
Essentially, the idea is just like all our sangrias, you could turn them into spritzers. All our flavors. We have 6 flavors. One that it's already like sort of a spritzer. It's with sparkling cava.
Love that.
Rosé, straight from Spain.
Cool. Do you have a favorite out of all these? Would you pick the tequila?
This one, definitely. The tequila mango, it's my favorite.
It's delicious. All right, let's move on. We've got 3 more dishes here. So I'm gonna scoot this one aside and we're gonna go with it. We've got another head over here.
So this is the langostino a la plancha. They cook it on the grill. Just seared, basically, with some zucchini.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering what was in here.
It's dipped in batter.
Okay.
Gives it a crunchy
I love
taste
zucchini,
to it.
so
it's really good.
I'm gonna try some of that. Oh man. And then I'm just gonna
Have some peppers on it as well, and
peel this off as well. This is it's all done with my hands. So this is grilled.
It's grilled, right?
Oh my God, it's delicious. It's like so easy to eat.
It's true. It's light, small. Everything's meant for share. Except for that one over there. That one's more of a bit, but you can always share.
Personal pot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this looks amazing.
Enjoy.
Perfection. And even though this is fried, it still tastes super
It's not
fresh.
overly greasy.
Not overly greasy at all. Awesome. All right, we've got 2 more.
And this is lobster tail.
Oh my, what?
Yep. And it has some jamon serrano. So it's
some lemon.
Yep. Squeeze out that.
Wow.
It's a little bit of butter in it. So, lobster and butter tastes really good.
Oh my goodness. I'm going right in. Will you
Do
eat
it.
this with me?
Definitely.
All right, good.
I love lobster.
Oh, same.
And then this jamon serrano is really good.
Oh my gosh. This is like butter.
It is.
Amazing. Wow. I don't know what's my favorite so far.
Oh.
We've got 1 more. And then maybe I can decide.
Seasonal salad. This one for you. This one has
Beautiful.
Yeah. Has calamari, shrimps, has
So
oysters.
it's kind of a little bit of what we've got in that
seafood
pot over
salad,
there, just in salad form.
Exactly, yeah. With some arugula, onion.
I'm really struggling here.
And it's dressed in in a mustard vinaigrette.
Okay.
So it's
I
not
love a nice
spicy, but
vinaigrette.
it has good flavor to it.
Super light.
Yeah. Very refreshing.
This is perfect for summer. So are all of these new dishes?
These are all our new dishes added to the menu.
Amazing. This is great on a hot day.
It is.
If the other day, oh my gosh, it was like 96 degrees, I would have come in and gotten this.
It's been brutal out there.
It has been, it has been. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.
walking me through all these dishes. I'd have to say, as much as I do appreciate a nice salad, I think I would say my favorites.
That one as well.
I mean, it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And then the lobster is unreal. So those would be my 2 picks.
Awesome. Yeah, you feel that.
All right. Well, thank you
It was
so
a
much for
pleasure.
joining
Thanks
me.
for having me.
Yeah, and I can't wait to come back and try some more stuff and take my friends. We're going to eat all the summer menu items. We will be right back.
Welcome to Hudson River Care and Counseling. Hello, I'm Dr. Pam Pater-Ennis, the CEO and founder of Hudson River Care and Counseling with over 30 years of clinical social work experience in therapy. We are a progressive counseling and coaching practice with a diverse team that brings a holistic approach to clients. We offer support both in person and through digital platforms such as telehealth. Consider us a safe haven that you can trust with care for your mental health needs. Visit our website to set up a consultation today.
Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse with Peter B. Folks, don't forget to go on our Facebook and our Instagram pages by searching The Pulse with Peter B. and like and follow us on each of those platforms. We're constantly updating those pages with previews of each week's segments and cool stories. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our email address at thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com. Welcome back. I'm your host with the most of this segment of The Pulse with that bum, Peter B. And it's so great to be here with my friend, the County Commissioner, Anthony Romano. How you doing?
Good. Thank you very much for the invitation, you and Peter, to come on The Pulse.
I'm honored that you're here. It was so many years ago that on your show, Stick at Night, you had me on when I was chair of the Hudson County Young Republicans, and I'm so happy that I can, reciprocate. So
well, it's appreciated.
So tell us what's been going on in the county commissioners, which people may remember as county freeholder, but now they're called county commissioners.
Well, right now I'm the vice chairman, and this is budget season. Fortunately for Hoboken, which I represent along with Jersey City, our budget is decreasing, our taxes. So we'll be having budget hearings, introduction of the budget, and then we'll be voting to accept the budget. And also the cities are now also reviewing their budgets. I know Hoboken has theirs right now going on. I think they had a meeting of introduction last night. So that's about it. We just came from different cultural events. It's National Pride Month, so we had in the county, the raising of the gay flag yesterday. We just had our first annual Portuguese-American flag raising up in the county.
Oh, wow. Very, very nice. Sounds very, very interesting. Sounds like you have a packed schedule, but the first thing I'd like to zero in on is what you're talking about, lowering the budget. Now, you don't hear many times about government, any level of elected government saying, we're going to shrink our budget. So that's pretty interesting right there.
Yeah, we're fortunate with the stabilization formula with the tax levy and how it works. Hoboken's good fortune last year and this year, our county part of the taxes has decreased our portion.
So maybe not all the viewers out there in TV lands and on the internets understand how the tax bill works, but can you explain what the different portions are?
Sure. Well, whenever we get a tax bill, if you own property, you have your municipal tax, you have your Board of Education tax, and then you have your county tax. And for example, I don't know, Hoboken is going up. I don't know what the percentage is. The Hoboken Board of Education tax, I'm not sure. I think that's also going up. Mm-hmm. And the county part, though, is going to be decreasing.
Oh, so that should be nice for everyone's wallets out there. And it's not just if you're a property owner or a homeowner. If you're a renter like myself, you're paying your landlord's taxes as well. So we should all want every level of government to do what the county board of commissioners did and lower their budget, especially in these trying times. But tell the viewers out there what's the ROI? What's the return on the investment that the citizens of Hoboken or any citizen in Hudson County gets from the County Board of Commissioners?
Well, ironically, for example, Hoboken, it's a mile square. We have the most county streets of any municipality. For example, 14th Street, Observer Highway, Garden Street, Park Avenue, First Street, Newark Street. They're all county streets. And we just repaved Hudson Street the whole length. We work with the city for that. The county park, Columbus Park, our park system are the crown jewels of the park system in the county. They're so well kept, and they do an amazing job to keep them. Our county schools, we have the Hudson County Community College, which is now rated as one of the premier community colleges in the state. We have our middle school, Explore, which we just took possession of the building in Jersey City. And we also have our county prep and our high-tech schools. We also operate the Hudson County Correctional and Rehabilitation Facility. Mm-hmm. We now have federal prisoners coming from the marshals. There are no detainees in there anymore. We also have the Office of Emergency Management, countywide, to assist all the municipalities in time of emergency. We have our Sheriff's Department. They run the courts. You can see the new criminal justice complex that's rising up in Jersey City on Newark Avenue. It's really amazing, and it's coming in. It's going to be huge. Coming in under schedule and under budget, thanks to the labor unions. Working with them, they've done a fantastic job. We also have the prosecutor's office. led by our county prosecutor Suarez. A lot of people don't realize how much county government is involved in. For example, social services with the food stamp program and TANF and the welfare checks.
So one of the things you said out there, I know I used to find confusing. What's the difference between the municipal police in a town and the county sheriff's office?
Well, historically, there was Hudson County had a county police force that was abolished in 1996. The sheriff's office, they have a warrant squad. They will go after those that are wanted on warrants. They will transport prisoners from one jail facility to the next if they need to be extradited. They are involved. They protect our parks. Their primary function is our courts, the judges, the security of the criminal justice system. They also are, with all that's going on with the schools, they now are protecting our schools.
Oh, really?
Yes, and our Sheriff Shalari does a fantastic job. We even assist in Hoboken with the Jewish synagogue and the Jewish school. And it's just, they do a lot of different responsibilities that are on them. But again, that differentiates them. They're not a county police. They are a sheriff's department.
Oh, that's really interesting. I know Bergen County, where I grew up, I've only lived in Hudson County and in Hoboken for 15 years, but I know it was always a debate there because they had a county police office and a county sheriff, and people were like, why do we have these?
Right, and they were recently, a few years ago, they were combined. Mm-hmm. And we're one of the few counties where the sheriff's the office and the corrections are not combined. But we don't have the county police, as I stated before. They were abolished, I think, in 1995 or 96.
Well, I don't remember exactly when it was, but talking to some of the people that work in the county jail, when people were upset at the county jail administration for housing detainees, I think the people that came to meet with groups and discuss their concerns were absolutely amazing. And other than some of the county commissioners, those are the people that it was a couple of years ago that I met with the most from county government, and I thought they were amazing at talking and explaining the situation. And if every level of county government is like that, then I think people will be very happy.
Well, one thing I've always liked, no matter what side of an issue someone is on, I like to engage with that person, not through just texts or emails, but on that personal touch, because I'm elected to represent everyone, and they're entitled to see me, talk to me, give their opinions, and I think that's one thing I'm proud of. I try to make sure that I can contact as many people that are trying to reach out to me, to ensure and see what their concerns are.
Well, listen, I know that, and you know that I'm a dyed-in-the-wool conservative, libertarian, small government, capital R, Republican, GOPer. And every time we've either been at the same events, whether it's a street fair in Jersey City, a church parade, or a celebration of a saint, or anything, you always make time to talk to people, even if you know they're going to disagree with you on something. And I think there's a ton of people out there in TV lands and on the internets that understand that and appreciate that.
Well, as I said before, I respect everyone's opinion. I've always gotten along, whether it be Democrats or Republicans. I always looked the way Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill had their relationship, where they could maybe disagree on an issue, but do it with mutual respect. And at the end of the day, have a cup of coffee or some dinner together. And I think that's what's lost in this day and age, especially in this country, that the respect for one's views is important. And the way to attain an understanding of what needs to be done is through a talking and a respect, not yelling and threatening and cursing. It seems to be, I don't know if it's since COVID, but there just seems to be such an anger in so many people, unfortunately.
Well, we're all out of time, but Commissioner, thank you so much for joining. It was an honor. I hope you'll come back sometime.
The honor is mine. I'll be glad to be back at any time. I thank all the staff that you have for the wonderful work. For myself on here, it couldn't be done without everyone behind the cameras. So thank you guys, Josh, and thank you, and thank Peter, and tell him to keep up the good food from his delicatessen.
Will do. That's the only reason I'm friends with him. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Peter Biancamano back with you. Don't forget to watch us on cable access every Sunday and Monday at 9 a.m. Optimum Channel 18, Files Channel 46, and Comcast channel 190. Also on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m., you can watch our show on our YouTube channel, and you can also binge watch all of our old shows. Who doesn't want to keep watching The Pulse with Peter B? We'll see you there. Welcome back to The Pulse with Peter B. Peter Biancamano, back in the host chair, and thank goodness that I am, because I was nervous the last segment when Josh Sotomayor Einstein was on the stool that it was going to break in half. But now that he's gone, we don't have to pay Sangria Restaurant, for another stool. Thank goodness for that. And of course, a person who needs absolutely no introduction, because he was on a few months ago talking, I believe, college hoops, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that is our sports insider, Mr. Joey Jarzynka. Welcome back, buddy.
Peter, thank you so much for having me, man. How are things?
Things are very, very well. Now that Josh is out of here, because I was nervous. I was like, my God, I'm going to get a bill at the end of this segment. Anyway, but Joey, it's so glad to have you back, as I mentioned. And today we're going to be talking about the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, as we like to say. And, we had a poll question a little earlier this week if they're overachieving. And we have about a 50-50 split of people saying yes to no. And, of course, those people voting no, are those diehard Yankee fans that think they should win the World Series every year. Let's start out with this question. Do you think they're overachieving thus far?
I think they are right where they should be. And I think that when you look at some of the players that are on this roster, you look at some of the players such as Garrett Cole. You look at some of the players such as Luis Severino, who's been out for the better part of 3.5, 4 years just because of constant injury. The Yankees are finally getting players back. They're finally getting healthy. And the last few years, they have not been 100% healthy. Aaron Judge being for one as well. He's leading the way with 18 home runs right now. And the crazy part, too, Peter, about this is that you now have guys that are on the shelf once again, and it's the next man up opportunity, or mentality, rather. And I think what you're also seeing, too, is that the pitching is finally coming into its own, and the hitting is coming into its own once more. And I think the New York Yankees are finally beginning to find their stride. And here, it's really looking really good. Again, I don't want to start saying that they're going to vie for a World Series bid in October or early November. But it's going to be really tough to see what goes on here. This American League is always so tough from top to bottom.
And it's so funny you mentioned pitching, and I think we need to cover that a little bit, because everybody was concerned about their bullpen. I mean, they had the starting pitching that that can get them through, but everybody was concerned about the bullpen. And to me, the bullpen is probably one of the best bullpens in all of baseball this season.
There's no doubt, Peter. And something else that you bring up too is the starting pitching too. And the starting pitching at one point in the season, it was not 100% either, because when you had Garrett Cole, who you saw evidently he was not pitching to his top, with his top stuff because of that sticky stuff that Major League Baseball has banned,
exactly.
right? We have to keep that in mind too, folks, is that there is no doubt about it that he has a 3.15 ERA, and that does not have to do with it. It obviously had to do with it. Now he's beginning to adjust. Things are getting better for him in that regard. But the starting pitching now, as we did say, is that it's beginning to come into its own. That bullpen, though, despite some injuries, Jonathan Loaisiga is finally finding his way. Aroldis Chapman, again, hit or miss here. But also another big loss, though, Chad Green, who's now down with Tommy John surgery. So they're and they could be getting Zach Britton back very shortly. So he's on the injured list, the 60-day injured list. So it's definitely going to take a lot of time. But I think right now what we're seeing is really good stuff. And again, it's that next man up mentality for this New York Yankees team. Really amazing stuff.
It really is amazing. And you get some games where the hitting is off, but guess what? The pitching is on. I mean, they really don't have many bad games, full games from the full team, I should say. I mean, and I think a testament to that needs to go to Yankees manager Aaron Boone. I mean, the Yankees were, fans that is, were calling for his head at the beginning of the season, or at the end of the last season, I should say, even at the beginning of the season. I mean, because remember, the Yankees actually didn't start out that hot this season, and then they just went on a tear. What did they win, about 12 in a row or
I
something
believe
like
so,
that?
in that range.
So, how much credit does Aaron Boone deserve for this?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I personally believe that he deserves a ton of credit, but also it's not only a one-man show. There is no I in team, and what he has been showing is that his entire coaching staff is to credit for this and for this fantastic start in the first quarter of the season. There is a reason why we are seeing Aaron Judge do what he's doing. We are seeing why where Nasty Nestor, as we've been
Cortez.
Exactly, we've been hearing a lot of his name in the past few months, or in the past few weeks rather. And what Nestor Cortez has been able to do again is continue to show that mentality where he's continuing to really put his mark on this New York Yankees rotation that at one point coming into the season was really a 1 through 3-ish.
Right.
And it was never 100% following that number 4 spot. We had no idea what was going to happen with Luis Severino. We had no idea what he was going to come back to be. We had no idea about Jordan Montgomery. We had no idea about Jamison Tyone. We knew what we would get from Garrett Cole. In the beginning of the season, we did see him, again, struggle, as we brought up with the no sticky stuff.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
now he's finally getting into his own. Now it's that depth that is really coming in key for this Yankees team. And Aaron Boone and the entire coaching staff, give credit to them.
Absolutely. I think it's important because now you've brought it up several times, this sticky stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure fans at home, when you're watching a baseball game, you see like a player literally like taking off his belt and his pants, when he's coming off the field. Explain to the audience what that sticky stuff is and why Major League Baseball is completely against it now.
Well, so the sticky stuff is really just certain it's literal sticky stuff where it comes in and it basically gives you a better grip on the baseball.
Correct.
It gives you a better grip in terms of any pitch that Garrett Cole or any pitcher is trying to throw. And Major League Baseball pretty much outlawed it. The commissioner in Rob Manfred. It was not a nice situation where a lot of pitchers were extremely discouraged about it. They were extremely disappointed with it. A lot of fans were disappointed with it, and we got a chance to see not only Garrett Cole but other pitchers in Major League Baseball have a problem with it. But exactly what you had said about what that sticky stuff is, it helps with the performance of the baseball too,
right.
And it also it's able to potentially change things as the pitch is coming in.
Correct me if I'm wrong, they were using this substance, let's just say.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
That's a better word.
In years past, correct? It was not illegal.
Correct.
So for a pitcher like Garrett Cole, like you said, for him to like snap out of it or not use this substance anymore to get it out of the habit of using it, it really shows that to do it that quickly in a season, how good he actually is.
Yeah, exactly. And again, for even Garrett Cole too, he is human, and that's something else too. He is 100% human. It's really difficult to see what happened in the beginning of the season, where a lot of folks, as you did say, they wanted Aaron Boone's head, but guess what? It was Garrett Cole who needed to make that adjustment. He did, as well as the entire coaching staff as well. There's been a lot of changes in Major League Baseball. There have been. And keep in mind, too, also, brand new CBA signed as well, not a lot of spring training as well. And that's something else, too, is that Garrett Cole did not have a lot of time to practice or even to throw without that sticky stuff, without that aforementioned substance that we continue to discuss.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, we only have a few seconds left here, Joey, and the Yankee fans at home want to know, can they keep this up? I mean, we're only a few months into the season right now, but obviously Tampa Bay was supposed to be the class of the division, and they're not that far behind the Yankees, so I think it's like a handful of games or so, or hovering around there. Can the Yankees keep it up?
I believe they can, and I think that even with injuries right now, I personally believe that as long as they have the next man up mentality, they will continue to do so, and they are getting contributions from everyone. AAA, even now Matt Carpenter, too. Keep that in mind. 3 home runs in only 5 games played with the New York Yankees. Little contributions from everybody will go a long way.
I love it. Joey Jarzynka, our sports insider, and he was here a few months ago. We're hoping to have him on a few more times. What do you think of that, Joey?
Oh, I'm 100% down.
Thanks
so much, Peter.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming by again. All right, folks, join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. I'm Peter Biancamano. I hope you have a great week, everybody.